Three Oaks Engineering is part of a team assessing proposed improvements to US 70, part of which will affect a section of Croatan National Forest near New Bern, North Carolina. Three Oaks was responsible for the NEPA document, technical reports, traffic analysis, and community involvement. For the biological evaluation, surveys were conducted for numerous species. Surveys for bats were conducted using mist nets set up along the Forest Service roadways. Great care was taken to ensure a clean working environment to prevent the transmission of white nose syndrome. This introduced fungal disease is devastating native populations of bats, including the tricolored bat. Moths and other insects were surveyed using light traps, bait stations, and visual surveys. Identifying insects requires knowledge of all life stages, such as this caterpillar. Many insects require different habitats and food sources for each life stage. Surveying for reptiles and amphibians frequently includes the handling of these animals to accurately identify the species. Encounter surveys were the most frequent survey type, but frog call surveys were also regularly conducted to assess biodiversity. The coast of North Carolina is fortunate to have a high diversity of reptiles and amphibians. Aquatic surveys typically focus on endangered mussels. This project did not have suitable mussel habitat, but it did have wetlands and puddles to survey. One of the more unusual finds includes a Amphiuma, which is a large aquatic salamander with only 2 toes per each very small leg. This maybe salamander was even more exciting as it is a species of concern for the Forest Service. Plant surveys are conducted throughout the year to observe the species as they bloom. There were over 100 vascular and non-vascular plants listed by the Forest Service for Croatan that had to be evaluated. Plant surveys are also used to determine habitat types within an area. Mammal diversity was assessed using small mammal traps, observing tracks, and recording encounters. The bird diversity at Croatan included water-loving species as well as forest-dwelling species. Bird calls are just as important for species identification as the bird's feathers and habitats are. The team at Three Oaks includes specialists in aquatics, bats, reptiles, amphibians, plants, birds, and insects. The specialists who work with Three Oaks provide the expertise to complete evaluations such as this. We are grateful for the support and coordination of the U.S. Forest Service and NCDOT on this project.